All right, 880, it's time to give you some love because, yeah, we've sort of abandoned it, and that's unfortunate. So we need to see if we can bring it back around to life right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. Consequently, it's getting hot again out here. The old weather feller said we're probably in for the hottest days we've had. So that ain't no good for nobody. The 880 here, if you recall, we traded for it. We got it running and spent a ton of money on this wonderful Zenith carburetor, only to still have a ball of sadness. And I'm over it. So this is gonna go away, and I've got a solution for that. However, I would like to see if it would run long enough to pull itself out of these weeds, so that might we able to get it into the shade, number one, but also, you know, just not working in the weeds. I don't remember if it has enough gas in it or not. So we're going to remedy that problem right now. I brought some gas from town. Hey, it's gonna run no matter what we end up doing. Boy, that is not good. That's leaking terribly. Why is that leaking terribly? We gotta stop that. That ain't gonna fly. We're losing more out than we're putting in. Try that. Oh, that's more better. All right. Sure. There's part of our trouble. Nextly, we got a twofold battle. Part A is going to be, is there a battery? Followed by part A, subsection 1, is this full of flying creatures? Well, it appears they began building a home. However, everyone is out to lunch. So that's dandy. And it still has a battery in it. So that's dandy too. Ooh, I think it's in. We don't want it in gear. We don't want to kill ourselves right away. Let's see. Oh, great. So it's clicking here. It's leaking there. It's going well so far. There's nothing. Come on, baby. Nothing. Okay. Our question is it not making connection? Or is the battery dead? I'm thinking that the battery's dead, which means it's jump pack time. So I'll go get that, and then we'll try again. All right, there's a spider humping the camera there. So you're welcome that I freed you from that. Let's see about giving this some go-go juice here. So dumb. 11.9. Now we got 12. Let's see what happens. Fires right to life. Oh, that instantly shut it down. Oh, I know why. Will it maintain? I don't think this has a charging system hooked up, as I recall. Come on, baby. Oh, we're just doing so well. Well, if not running was what we wanted, then we're accomplishing our task. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sure. Okay. So we got some issues right away, friends. I'm not entirely sure that, well, I guess what I'm saying is it wouldn't run except with the choke out. But sometimes ignition problems can act like fuel problems. And what I'm wondering is, perhaps we ought get the battery good and charged up before we condemn our carburetor, but I'm pretty sure that carburetor is crap, because why wouldn't it be? Also, issues are we have no air in either front tire, which I think I knew that they were not well. So we can try to air those up. I just don't really know where to begin here. I kind of forgot where we were on this project. I remember taking a bunch of this stuff loose, dash-wise, putting a battery tray in, cleaning that all up, but I don't think we touched much wiring. And I'm afraid we're gonna have to do that thing before too much more, because of sadness. That's why. One wire alternator. Well, no, that's not what I have. Somebody's got it wired up like a one wire alternator, but they don't have the stuff in it telling it what to do. Also, that is mounted upside down because that's what they had to do for getting stuff to line up the way they did it, which I don't necessarily agree with. We can sort that out. But it did run enough to get itself right in the way. But I'm wondering if it died because we were starving for fuel, or whether we died because battery. I did have that on, didn't I? Didn't I just shut that off when I came down here? Maybe it ran out of fuel because I'm a dum-dum. Let's try to start it again. All right. Come on. All right, it runs, but it don't run great. It won't run wide open. I would say it's with that little accelerator pump deal in there. It's probably messed up again, which is the issue that I was having with this right away after rebuilding it. So what I'm thinking is this. Oh look, another flat tire, great. Luckily, not far away is another sad sack, but it has a brand new Zenith carburetor on it, as in not the factory kind that would have been on this tractor. So I'm thinking about taking it, putting it on that tractor, and seeing if I can't make that happen. And hopefully then it will run, and whenever we get to this project, we can track down a Shebler like this is supposed to have. But it ain't doing me no good here, growed up in the weeds. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. All right, I got the battery cooking on this. Why don't we try to let it tackle flat tires whilst we go work on stealing a carburetor off something else. 0, sure. Good luck. we'll come back for you. Oh, the sun is beating down on us, but I just remembered something else. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Yes, I totally forgot about the giant yellow umbrella sent from a viewer. So thank you, viewer. That actually does help keep the sun away. So that's lovely. Now, of course, even after bringing all the stuff I brought, I'm still not gonna have enough. I mean, why would I? That'll come with, oh, hey, good. Peer pressure, it works. That's not really attached, so I'm not worried about that. I bet I can pull that loose. Or I could take it loose at the filter. Sure, doesn't matter. Somewhere or another, that's coming loose. That's nice. He tried to zip tie it. That's great. Sure. What have we done here, people? Man. All right. Let's see if we can't get this loose. They didn't even do a very good job of mounting this because the rod, it's got this rod all bent up. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Just things could have been done a little more clean than what they were, but that's fine. That's the way it goes sometimes. Well, the little air compressor quit, so either the tire aired up or it ran out of battery. We will soon find out. Boy, this carburetor looks brand new. But it's got an Oliver part number on it. Makes you wonder whether we should tear it apart and see if it's clean on the inside first. I hate to just leave this pin hang out here because I'm sure that it will get lost. I don't really know what else to do. I don't have a piece of wire. Well, what is a boy to do? Let's put it here's a jar of stuff that came with this tractor. And apparently it's permanently sealed. I'm gonna say, let's put the pin in here. I was gonna put that other carburetor back on this after a while, just to make sure that it's, you know, dirt doesn't get in. So we'll cross that road when we get there. But we really need to work on this tractor at some point. But what's the guy do? Take this apart or just roll the dice and put it on? She looks super clean in there. I'm thinking about just rolling the dice and seeing what happens. I can hear the float rattling. What did I just lose? Oh, I just lost the little, that was important too. I shouldn't have done that, shaking that around. I felt it hit my foot. What are the chances I'll find it? What it was is the little choke adapter piece. I'm guessing that's forever gone. Stupid dum-dum. And I got some more of those, but I don't, there it is. All right. Good, you can kind of see. All right. Whew. Giant yellow umbrella, crisis averted. It is working to keep the sun from baking on both of us. However, if I move you over a little like that, you should be more in the shade now. All right. Okay, we're gonna play this game where we just drop everything and life is rough. The fun part of this is now we're gonna get to readjust all, and I mean all, of our linkage, you know? it's hot even with the umbrella. No air movement of any kind. Well, you're too hot, but we're gonna hope that some of this footage makes it. I've never been so happy to get rid of a hunk of cast iron in my life. I hate that zenith of that Bendix zenith or whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'm not really a fan of these either, but it's tons better than what we had. Now, eventually we're going to have to readjust this linkage because I'm sure this won't even be close. Never know though. I mean, I can't even see how my throttle is right now, if it's all the way down or what, but we'll get it. What's the chances that these are too long and this ain't gonna work? I just bet you that's what'll happen. Oh, that'll work. Oh boy, you're gonna have to hold out. You keep shutting off for the heat. I know it's hot out here, but good grief. It's so hot, even the manifold's hot. I guess probably from running it, you know. But it's hot enough that you can't touch it for very long. We're gonna hope that this is not full of crap. I could hear the float moving, so it's at least that freed up, but it's very possible that sadness abounds in this, and we're gonna have to readjust our governor linkage anyway. Cause it ain't gonna go. Another thing, that other carburetor was leaking gas, and I never could get it to quit doing that. So that's another part of why this seemed like the thing to do. Well, apparently you're cursed. Not you, but this tractor. Because even this carburetor wants to drip fuel. But let's start it and see what happens. Let's not start it and not see what happens. Let's jump pack it again and see if it'll run. Killing me. Maybe literally here in a second during the explosion. Come on. Well, buzzer starting. Okay, buzzer. Okay, it won't run without the jump pack, so that means the battery's toast, but it runs tons better than it did. So I think this was the right move, even if we have to end up rebuilding this. It's worlds better than that other one. That's the best that's ever run since I've had it. So that was a smart move, changing carburetors, and we're not going to look back on that decision. We may still have to rebuild that one if it proves that it's got crap in it, but it seems to be fine. It even seems to be adjusted right. So as far as governor linkage, we'll have to drive it to be sure, but it seems like everything's working good. It's actually running with no choke, which the other one would never do. I don't have the cable tight, so you can't go by that, but it's open. No choke on it. So yeah, I'm happy. We majorly improved it. Our next affair is going to be charging system, and we're gonna have to do something about one front tire, which the valve stem is gone. So we're gonna have to demount it and try to make that happen. So, all right, I got this drove over here up on a block. Let's take this tire off. Probably should have brought the tire tools, you know. Sure. You know, let's not be prepared. I forgot the hammer, but that's okay. We're gonna try it without it. Maybe we can just peer pressure it in. Good. I'm also glad that I oiled that all up now and it's all over everything. I'm just having a dandy day. There. Seeing as how we know nothing about this tractor, as far as what its history was before me and the last guy, which was Craig, I don't think he did a lot with it other than bring it home. So we're probably going to end up doing some painting to get this as good as it can be, which means also we're probably not gonna. Can I get that whilst we're here? Let me see if I can get this over the outer edge and save myself a little bit of hassle. People always say, why don't you just take it off? Well, it's easier to use the tractor as a holding fixture, I think, whenever you can, because the tractor won't move when you pry on it. If you put it in the tire, manual crappy tire changer I have, it will. And you can't put this style rim in there unless you make some sort of adapter, because it's a gigantic center hole affair. So that's why I do the things that I do. I'm kind of on the fence about painting this, because it kind of looks like that could be original paint, but I don't know. Probably not worth saving that at this point. Yahtzee. I really don't know if you can see, so I moved you a little bit. Even though it's dark, it's still hot, which boggles my mind. There we go, little buddy. I've had faith in you, pal. I knew you could do it. Got her greased up good. See, now is when I'll probably buzz it back on for a second. Just with a couple or 3 bolts. Just because it's easier to hold. tube out. Rusty, liquidy tube. I don't know why. Must have got water in it. Oh, it's already starting the demounting process on its own. Oh, we are in a sad state, my friends. I don't think this tire's gonna go again. Well, it might. I don't know. So, it's starting to separate. Obviously, it's probably been run flat. I know I have, but the damage is already done. It's peeling the outer layer. The inner layer feels good yet. We may slap a tube in it just to get us by till it totally shreds. And then we will. Geez, look at this poor rim. We're gonna have to do some engineering on that, as in bending and what have you. So that's probably gonna be it for tonight, because I'm over it. You know, I tried, I failed. Didn't really fail, that's as much as I could do, or feel like doing, I should say it that way. I may pry around on it with the pipe wrench here in a little bit, get her straight, and then we'll clean her up and paint it so that we can put a new tire on. And we'll hopefully, you know, not a new tire, we'll probably use this same one more time. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing with this tractor, but if we get the mower back together, I might mow with it. One failure at a time, friends. One failure at a time. I do know that this thing has come a long way since I got it, and I need to just keep plugging away at it, because I like these tractors, but I haven't got to use this one, and I really like this one with the hydrostatic steering update. Really steers easy. So yeah, we'll get to that. And then I got some stuff to make it more factory better, because I don't like stuff that's not factory. It breaks my brain. I don't know that I like these style steps on, because they're on backwards. When you had the power traction hitch, you had this style step here. So I got one of those. I'll probably put that on. I wish I had had two of them, but I think somebody makes reproduction, so I can always get a second one. But yeah, it's coming around, friends. It's coming around. We just gotta keep after it.